Hey, good morning, everybody. It is, what is today, Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, I better keep these on. My eyes, man, I got such good far sight. I can see for miles, but man, up close, well, I can see up close, but just not like reading the newspaper. It's just, it's impossible. So Jeff stopped by last night, scared the hell out of me. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I hear, I'm like, what? Because where I'm at, nobody should be knocking. No, this is 100% legal. I hear, I'm like, what the? John. I'm like, what? This sounds like Jeff. So I get up. I look. I go, Jeff? Yeah. I said, come on in. So I turn on the lights. And the lights are like a disco. So I put it on blue real quick. I said, what are you doing? He says, oh, I was just out. Figured I'd see if you want to do something. I go, Jeff, I'm sleeping. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I was sleeping since about, I think around 10:30, 11. Let me put some eye drops in. I use these eye drops. It's just Clear Eyes, but I use these every day. I know you're not supposed to. Sometimes I take a couple month break, but I've been using eye drops since I've been 13 years old. I used to hate it because I used to get them in the one type. This is kind of an interesting topic because the active ingredient in this is naphthalene. Now, the only other one that uses the same active ingredient is Nafcon. I guess that's where the name comes from, naphthalene, Nafcon. But Nafcon is back in the 80s is $15 a bottle. Now it's around probably $20-something a bottle. This, same active ingredient, I get the same bottle for $3. Now, I used to feel terrible because my allergies were so bad all the time, and I used to feel terrible because I would ask my dad for for the money back then to buy them, to buy the actually back in the 80s it was $6 a bottle. Now it's $15 a bottle. That's how much it went up in 30 years. 40 years. No, 30 years. Yeah, mid 80s. Yeah, 35 years. So yeah, I used to really feel terrible because I hated to ask my dad for money, even though he would give it to me, $6 for something because my allergies are so bad, my eyes would literally, I would claw them. I would itch so bad. So I felt terrible asking, I go through about one bottle a month. And I hated to ask him for $6 all the time because, and I think the way I found out about it was I went to an allergist to get some medicine for my allergies. Well, the doctor gave me a sample of Nafcon, and I used them, and it felt great. It was like the most unbelievable. Finally, I can go to school, and my eyes weren't bloodshot. My teachers throughout my whole schooling, my teachers thought I was high all the time. High, always. They always accused me of being high on weed. Never even tried weed until last summer. And they, some teachers would make fun of me. They would say, well, you crying, stuff like that. The teachers were really, because when my eyes were always puffy and red. I was always rubbing them. I mean, I would literally do this, and just rub the hell out of them. And I'm sure that wasn't good, but they really itched. But then once I got that sample, that was a game changer. And then I was looking through all the bottles in one week, through the active ingredient, and I saw that this has the same active. This is the only one, only one. So Visine and all them other ones they don't work. And I only use it once a day. I use it in the morning, and I'm good. As long as I don't touch my eyes. If I start rubbing my eyes, it breaks the coating. And then it starts itching again, so I got to be careful, like I just did a minute ago. So let's see. Where was I going with it? Well, what was I talking? Oh, Jeff was over. Yeah, so Jeff's just knocking on there, and I said, come on in. So he comes in, and I got a little chair set up over here. That unfolds. So he sat in there, and he's looking at me. I'm like, yeah, this is it. this is what I do. I said, more comfortable than this bed is more comfortable than anybody else's bed. I guarantee it. With these blankets, these thick blankets. The thick comforter. I use 2 sheets. I like to put a sheet under me, and then everybody does, and then another sheet over me, and then the blanket, and then the comforter. But the comforter gets real warm. It's really thick. It's almost too warm. And So he came by and bothered me. Well, kept me awake for a little while, and then he finally left. And I don't know what he was doing out here. Whatever time time he left, I don't know. Yeah, it took me a little while to get back to sleep, but then it was fine. So I made coffee this morning. Actually, coffee turned out pretty good today. I used a lot more coffee than I usually do. I put like an extra scoop of this. It's called Nescafe Classico. Classico. Yeah, I guess that's how you pronounce it. But it's instant coffee, and it's actually pretty good. It's not the best. It's kind of strong. That's why it's probably tasting good. But overall, not a bad night. Slept really good. And Shauna Wensky, the one that sent me that lobster dinner, she sent me a video this morning. It was Mr. Bean from Canada, the Canadian comic. I don't even know if he's still on TV, but it was so funny. He was in a restaurant. He was in a seafood restaurant eating, and he didn't know how to eat the clams or the oysters on the half shell, and the one guy was like, telling him to just give it back and take it, and he takes it and he dumps. He knocks a spoon off the counter, or off the table, and he takes all this, and his shells are in his napkin, and he dumps them into some lady's purse. And then he's eating the whole what do they call shrimp, but there's still has the shell on them, and he's crunching the shells. It was funny as hell. She just sent that to me just a little while ago, or at least I just opened it a little while ago. I was cracking up. So, well, yeah, well, it was a good night. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my I'm gonna finish my coffee, and yeah, that's about it. I guess I'll add on something that I had on from yesterday. I'm not sure. I didn't really do much yesterday. We'll see. I'll talk to y'all later. Hey, everybody. So, I wanted to. There was a couple of videos. I mean, documentaries that I wanted to mention. I said I was gonna let you know some of my favorites. It's called something carts or cart something, and it's about these people that get around on shopping carts, and it's really cool. If you just punch in shopping cart documentary, it'll come up. It's just a cool. It's just cool. It's a cool one. Another one that I like is the documentary of gold mining, and it's the actual one that I. It's kind of sad because they use kids for it, but it's called Dying for Gold. They actually send these kids down into these deep tunnels filled with water, and all they have is a hose in their mouth, and they go down and that's how they breathe. If they lose that hose, and some of them have died, but it's pretty interesting. Oh, the actual name of that the one is called Journey to Dreams, gold mining in Liberia. It's really they got it so bad over there. It's yesterday I was talking about if we didn't have a government. That's where I was thinking that if we didn't have a government here in the United States, we would be like Liberia, where it's just chaos. Oh, here it is. Nope, here it is. The children risking their lives in underwater gold mines. It's on Journeyman Pictures. Journeyman Pictures has the best documentaries by far. They are the greatest. Yeah, it's a great channel. Let's see. I know there was a couple more that I liked. Well, if you like the mob, there's a really good one about it's called The Real Sopranos. That's a pretty good one. It's about an hour long. The police actually murdered a guy. He was an older guy, and they were just trying to protect their land. It was part of when the government burned all them people in that building in Texas. What was that city called? Something Texas. God, I can't think of the name of it. I think that was the one. Yeah, that's the one. Oh yeah, it was called the Lamia 2933. That was the flight number. There's several different ones on here that you can Lamia flight, the final Japanese flight. I think that's how you pronounce it. That Lamia, they went out of business and they just renamed it another company, a different name. They're all scamful. Oh, and then the another one is the Leonard Skinner plane crash. That one was pretty interesting too. Luckily, a lot of them, I think 5 people died in that plane crash. Let's see. Trying to think of what other I watch a lot of docs. That Fukushima, the tsunami, that was a crazy documentary on that. Yeah, that's about all for right now. We'll just that's about 4 or 5 if you're interested. I love docs, so I watch them. So, all right, yeah, I'm gonna I ate breakfast. I don't think I'm gonna eat lunch today. I might make some burritos for dinner. If I do, I'll just make some like so I'll just make some bean burritos with some vegetables in them. Or actually, you know what? I got some venison too still.